boxing fans, this is Kenneth, SBM Boxing. From request, subscribe. Let's speak boxing. What are we going to speak about right now? Danny Garcia is taking on Paulie Malignaggi. They're coming into the 6th round. He got Paulie win by 2 rounds. You know, Danny looks a little troubled. You know, it looks like he's not carrying the weight. At first, in the weigh-in, I thought he looked pretty solid. He looked pretty big. He weighed 146. So he's carrying the weight. At first I thought he was carrying the weight pretty good, but he looks robotic. You know, he looks a little slow. He doesn't look quick on his feet. This and that. I think Paulie. It's not even Paulie at 100%. You know, this is not Paulie Malignaggi from back in the day when Paulie fought. Miguel Cotto, when Paulie fought. Baby the Bull Diaz and stuff like that. And Paulie back then, he moved around. He looked really, really good. Right now, Paulie, he's been out of boxing for over a year. But Paulie right now is catching Danny Garcia, I know last several fights, Danny Garcia's last several fights was questionable and stuff like that. But Danny, he looks a little robotic, man. He looks a little stiff. He's landing some big shots, but he's not being explosive whatsoever. He's not bringing the fight. He's not pressing the fight. He looks a little confused. But I want to talk about the Sergio Mora versus Daniel Jacobs. That fight right there. Daniel Jacobs, he came in and did his thing. He knocked down Mora. Mora came back, 2nd round, knocked him down. But the fight itself got stopped. It was crazy, And Mora thought, he heard his knee pop. He fell. Actually, I seen the paramedics bring him out on a stretcher. Mora was demanding a rematch and stuff like that. But Daniel Jacobs was celebrating, got the technical knockout. I'm not too impressed by Jacobs' performance there. Mora did go quote-unquote saying he did knock him down, but his motivation was through the roof, and he ended up getting injured. So I don't know why Danny Jacobs was celebrating that, and Mora was a little confused because he felt as though he was told that if it was less than 4 rounds, then automatically it would fall under what's that shit called? No contest. But that definitely didn't happen. It was actually just, it was seen as a technical knockout. Daniel Jacobs won the fight. But I would like to see a rematch on that fight. I think that was a good fight. And, it was a little slug fight in the 1st, 2nd round. But it ended up in a crazy fashion. The 2nd fight was definitely a good fight. 3rd fight right now. Paulie, I'm not that impressed about this fight. I predicted this fight was going to go distance and stuff like that. I didn't see Danny Garcia knocking out Paulie Malignaggi. I think Paulie Malignaggi has what it takes as far as going the distance. Danny Garcia, he had to come out with an impressive victory. Why? Because Danny Garcia is fighting Paulie Malignaggi, which is not an active fighter. And ultimately, he's the bottom of the barrel, there's a lot more top contenders in the welterweight division that Paulie is going to have trouble fighting. Marcus Maidana, one of them. He's going to have trouble fighting Marcus Maidana. I would love to see Marcus Maidana versus Danny Garcia. I would love to see Robert Ghost Guerrero versus Danny Garcia, because the Ghost will put his put it on him. Cayasso will put it on him as well. There's even Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz will put him on him, but Victor Ortiz, he'll probably just quit. In the second, I don't know. Speaking about Victor Ortiz, that discredits his whole entire videos. But anyways, guys, right now we're going into the 8th round. This is Kenneth, SBM Boxing. From request, subscribe. I know what you guys think as far as if you are watching this fight. As far as Danny Garcia, Danny, he's going to win on the scorecards and stuff like that. I don't see Paulie knocking him out whatsoever, but I don't know. I'm just not impressed whatsoever with Garcia's performance against Paulie. Alright guys, friend request, subscribe. Have a good one.